So news came out that Hillary Clinton accidentally helped Jamaal Bowman's campaign to defeat 16-term incumbent Eliot Engel, one of Clinton's friends. Now, I'm going to get to how exactly she helped him, but first I do want to share this news that we already know, but it became official today. Jamaal Bowman wins Democratic nomination for U.S. House in New York's 16th Congressional District, defeating 16-term U.S. Representative Eliot Engel. So it is now official. Last I checked, Jamaal Bowman was up by like 30 points. So it kind of funny to me it took this long. I guess because Eliot Engel didn't concede, but there you go. It is now official that Jamaal Bowman is going to be taking over for Eliot Engel, another fighter for big issues like Medicare for all, a Green New Deal, even defund the police. He's on board for that, which doesn't mean abolish the police. It means take responsibilities away from the cops. I don't want to get into that whole discussion. But let me show you how exactly Hillary helped Jamaal Bowman. Quote, the Hillary Clinton endorsement led to our second biggest fundraising day of the campaign. Second only to the hot mic moment day. So thanks. So the hot mic moment day is referring to when Eliot Engel was caught on a hot mic when he was in the district saying, joining I believe it was to talk at a protest over the George Floyd murder. And Eliot Engel was caught saying, I'm only here because I'm in a primary race. So that made news, as Eliot Engel is known for not really being in his district. I believe he lives in Maryland most of the time. So that led to huge eyeballs on Jamaal Bowman and a huge fundraising day. But the second biggest fundraising day was when Hillary Clinton endorsed Eliot Engel. This also makes me think Hillary really should not even appear in public for the next 6 months. If she actually wants Joe Biden to win, she should simply go away. Her presence will do nothing but hurt him. Nobody is going to back, nobody right now is on the fence with Joe Biden, but then Hillary Clinton comes and they're going to back. That doesn't exist. If you liked Hillary Clinton in 2016, you already like Joe Biden. There is nobody out there that does not like Joe Biden or is not going to vote for Joe Biden, but then would vote for him if Hillary Clinton came out, on the campaign trail for him. All she's going to do is hurt any chance that Democrats have of taking the White House. So she should stay home. And this is, I think, a perfect example of why. Now, I do want to share some of the work that Jamaal Bowman will be doing. So I saw he tweeted out this: Wall Street and the billionaire class need to pay their fair share. Let's get it done and lift up our communities. So this is a video that I believe was released by AOC. But this is the kind of fight that Jamaal Bowman's going to be a part of.
We have surpassed as a nation well over 30 million people who are unemployed due to COVID-19. And at least 2 million of those people are right here in our home state of New York.
Even if we look at the initial response to this pandemic, it was a tale of two cities. It was remarkable.
Billionaires in this country have seen their net worth soar.
Nosotros lloramos en la casa. ¿Por qué no hacen eso?
Bezos has amassed more than $28 billion this year alone, much of it due to a surge in online purchases during the coronavirus outbreak.
Tenemos niños y necesitamos cubrirles sus necesidades.
Entonces ellos lloran, gritan porque pues tienen hambre. Y realmente pues nosotros sin tener un peso en la bolsa pues no podemos hacerlo.
أنا ما جاليش أي فلوس طبعا من الحكومة خالص. ما دخليش أي دخل خالص سواء فلوس أو إعانة أو حاجة للبطالة أو حاجة زي كده لأنه يعتبر إحنا مش من ضمن الكلام ده كله.
Tuve que vender mi auto para pagar las rentas que ya habían pasado, ya se habían vencido.
America as a whole is going through a bad time, but for excluded immigrants, it's a nightmare for us. Nightmare.
We need to ask Governor Cuomo to tax the people who are benefiting from this pandemic in order to support the working families who are facing housing insecurity, food insecurity, and more. Did you know that there are 118 billionaires right here in New York. Not in the United States, not in the world, in New York.
In fact, as all of us are going more and more into a cycle of debt, the richest men are literally making more money than ever.
And during the COVID-19 pandemic, those 118 billionaires raised their net worth to a collective $556 billion for 118 people in the state of New York.
So that gives you an idea of why people like Jamaal Bowman, why people like AOC are so important in Congress. Because this fight is not being had right now. It's being had, by the few individuals that are fighting for, like AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Bernie Sanders. But by and large, this kind of topic is just not up for debate. Billionaires are allowed to make this kind of wealth, amass this sort of wealth, build their wealth during a pandemic like this, while millions of Americans are suffering. Record unemployment. It's a politics of priorities. You know what the priorities are when that kind of wealth is allowed to happen. That kind of wealth is allowed to grow for a tiny fraction of people at the top when everybody else in America is getting screwed. The focus for at least the past 40 years, 50 years, has been on the wealthiest people, has been on corporations, has been on helping them the most while everybody else suffers. So when you have campaigns like Jamaal Bowman, like AOC, who they don't raise any money from corporations, their focus is on small individual donors. These are the kind of politicians that kind of campaign brings. It brings politicians that actually care about people, that will actually fight for people. So expect that out of Jamaal Bowman. And I am very excited to see him in Congress.